developed a special technique for making your Pinot Noir in the vineyard, which perhaps shows even more that vintage variation. Can you explain what your vineyard fermentation is and why you're using it as a way to express the vintage variation?
Yeah, sure. It is about 5 or 6 years ago we started experimenting with vineyard ferments, and really it was a search for that vineyard yeast and to see how it affected the fermentations. And what we've learnt along the way is that there's a bunch of other things that happen inside the winery that we sort of take for granted. And when you take the fermenter out of the winery, you expose it to the raw elements, and one of those is the weather, and that we know that can change a lot day to day during harvest. And so when the fruit is placed out there back amongst the vines where it was picked for fermentation, then it really does depend on the weather and the temperature that you have right there and then as to how quickly those ferments are going to kick off, or how long they're going to soak, pre-ferment for. And so straight away, you're really opening it up to a range of colours, aromatics, and that a lot of that's down to the temperature of what's happening out in the environment. And then what we allow to happen is fermentation to go through at its own pace out there. We plunge very gently once a day, and really the extraction is based a lot on the temperature that it sees. So in the winery you have that typical sort of bell curve of temperature. You start off cool and it warms up and peaks at maybe 30 and then drops down post ferment. In the vineyard, it can really go up and down. We can even have times where time on skins with peak ferments that are actually post fermentation as opposed to during fermentation. So how tannin is extracted and how flavour is extracted is quite different to the winery, and so that's something that we didn't really think about too seriously at the time of sort of delving into the experiment, but we've been kind of captured by it, and we're really taken with it, and we're just allowing those plots to do what they will year to year, and we've learnt a lot about extraction along the way, and how the natural beauty of a vineyard comes through, not through how you plunge or making sure you get warm temperatures or the oak you use, but really how you allow that to naturally speak through obviously good grape growing and then sort of careful management of ferment. Yeah.
Excellent. And what is the kind of range in terms of ferment? What's the shortest that it's fermented itself in the vineyard, and what is the longest time that it's taken to
I like
reach
how
dryness?
you said itself, because that's really how it goes. So our control over it's quite limited, which has actually been a weight off our shoulders. But we've had some that have kicked off within 24 hours, and we'll go through. Sometimes takes a wee while to finish those last few grams off. So it might be 4 days or so, but then other ferments that have taken 12 days to kick off and then taken another 10 to 12 days to go through. So quite a range, a much broader range than in the winery.
Yeah. Absolutely.